start with the first speech that Roger did, and Aaron will give the first evaluation.
All right. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator Megan. Not sure if I've ever evaluated you before, Roger. I don't recall that I have, but I look forward to this, so I can try to create something, catch something besides jingling buttons, which I think I've said before. Roger's speech tonight was how to say it, and he's speaking from the Competent Communication Manual. Even though he's a distinguished Toastmaster, achieved the highest level, there's still ways to improve by going back through these the second, third, maybe fourth time, and getting better each and every time. There's always room for improvement. I want to point out that Roger just finished getting to the point, which was the objective of the project before, how to say it. And the reason I point that out is because I noticed that you repeated yourself on certain points, maybe to be emphatic, or maybe because perhaps there wasn't a good transition at the time that, I don't know, you hadn't thought of or something, but some of the statements kind of rambled in and of themselves. I thought that the topic, while it's very timely, and everybody can use the information about personal finance, that it was kind of complicated, especially with the Rule of 72 and interest, compounding interest. I thought that could have been a little complicated. Otherwise, it is inviting to the ear, and we do want to listen to it. I know I do have a personal stake in Roger's speech. Another thing I noticed that I was listening for and how to say it is Roger's not trying to use the most elaborate vocabulary. And I noticed that your sentences were specifically and purposefully very short, not a lot of big words, which I like. The only thing that I really saw was you talked about a prioritization system, or a priority system. I think that could have been dumbed down, but simplified a little bit further as well. I think you could have pulled us in more, especially on a subject such as finance. You could have included the audience by asking rhetorical questions, perhaps, necessarily getting us to respond vocally, but use rhetorical questions for us to just think about. And I've also noticed that I like when you get away from the podium. Did you notice how Roger watched out for the cord? He was very aware of where he was. That was good, because it would have been a disaster had you not been there. But I also noticed that when you have this purposeful movement and you get out from behind the podium, your movement is more natural, fluid, and not so much overcompensating for the fact that you're stuck. I've noticed that whenever you're behind the podium, you seem to be more emphatic, and I think you're compensating for not being able to get out and just talk. Those are the areas that I saw that needed to be improved. To close, I'd like to comment on